I filmed this like 45 times and I just don't even know what else to say. So we're gonna go ahead and cut right to the video. I figured out how to do voiceover. Oh shit! This is the look we'll be doing today, guys. A blue glittery smoky eye. Hope you like it. Okay, so as usual, I'm going to take my first transition color, oh, it's dog hair, of Bisque. I've already primed my eyes, done my brows, all of that, and a 224 brush, and I'm going to start putting that in as my transition. This color is really very close to my skin tone. It just gives a little bit of shape to the eye. You don't want to go as dark as something like soft brown first if you're fair skinned. If you've got a little bit more of a tan complexion, then you could go right in with something like soft brown or saddle like a lot of people use. But if you're more fair toned, it's going to really be too dark at first. So I start with this. Bisque is discontinued, but you could use something that is like a foundation powder or a mineral powder or something like that that is a little bit darker than your skin, but really, really, really close. I've got that on. I'm going to take Divine from my Venus 1 palette. I'm going to take a 221 brush, and I'm going to put that on my inner crease. And when I'm doing this, I'm using a really light pressure, so you'll see my hand is further back rather than down by the metal ferrule. So that way it's easier for you to blend, and I'm working in really small circles. For me, I find that works better than a windshield wiper motion, because I find that with a windshield wiper motion, it still looks a little bit unblended. And I'm really pulling that out to help elongate the eye and make it look wider. Rather than closing it in. So my eye actually ends here. My shadow is going to be coming out to about there. Now that I have that on, I need to deepen up the lid. And the reason we're going to do that is because we're working with really dark shadows. And if you just put a dark shadow onto bare skin, sometimes you can see little bits of skin coming through and it looks slightly uneven. So you want to start with something that's going to darken the lid on top of your primer as like another base. So this is, hopefully you can see that, oh, that's backwards. Waveline by MAC. I'm going to take a 242 brush. Mine is absolutely filthy. This is actually a gel eyeliner, but I'm going to use it as a shadow base. And I'm picking up just a little baby amount, and I'm going to work that onto my lid. Very, very little of this is all you need. Because we don't want it to be opaque like a liner. We want it to be more sheer like a base. And I'm starting at the lash line and working my way up, so it's going to have a nice natural fade. That way there's no harsh line where this cream is going to end, where it meets my crease. And I'm using the natural shape of the tip of the brush to really create the shape of my eyelid. My Venus 2 palette, and then there's this sparkly blue black down here that's called Boot. When it goes on the skin, there's really little glitter, to be honest. So I was kind of disappointed with this color. I saw it and I thought it was the prettiest thing ever, but once I got it on, I was like, there's no fucking glitter. Limecrime is playing me. So I'm going to put this on my lid with my 242 brush, and just like in my last video, I'm going to use the length of the hair rather than the tip to actually press it on rather than brush. That way you really get a lot of that color payoff and we build that smoky effect up. You might get a lot of fallout from these next couple of steps, which is why I'm going to do my skin last. So I'm just patting that onto the lid. And then I'm going to go back in with my 221 brush. I'm not going to add any product to it. And I'm just going to, with very light circles, smooth that crease color out. Now, if you just want like a nice blue-black smoky eye, you could pretty much end it here, to be honest. Do like some liner and lashes and call it a day. I really wanted that glitter when I saw this palette. That's what inspired this look. So I'm gonna go back in and reinforce that if I can find what the fuck I'm looking for. Okay. This is a Dazzle Shadow from MAC. It's called Get Physical. They are so pretty. If you have a pressed pigment, anything like that that's got more of a medium sheer coverage in color, but a nice glitter payoff. I don't really like loose glitters per se. I feel like they get in your eyes and it's like a whole mess and then you're blinded by the end of the night. But these are really awesome. So I'm going to take, again, my 242 brush. Everything in my life is covered in hair. And I'm going to spritz it with some Fix Plus. I'm not going to soak my brush. I'm just getting it nice and moist. So that way I can get more glitter payoff. Because if you were to apply this dry, you're not really going to get so much of that sparkle. But now you can start to see how by adding a little bit of Fix Plus and applying it more as a wet shadow, you're going to get a lot more of that metallic glitter payoff. And again, I'm just tapping it on. I'm like bouncing it off of the lid. There we go. And then again, I want to just smooth out any lines. So my clean 221 brush, and I'm going in at very, very little pressure. You'll see that I'm just kind of going like this. I'm not pressing. Very lightly, circles to help blend that out. Okay, so as I was doing my foundation, I realized that because of probably all of the NyQuil that I've ingested in the past 24 hours, I totally forgot to do the inner corner of my eye before I started doing that, and I need to do that before I do my eyeliner, and basically that's what happened there. So my jumbo pencil, NYX jumbo pencil and milk, which I actually don't really use these a lot unless I'm feeling super extra, but today I'm feeling saucy, so she's going on. I put that right on the inner corner of the eye, and I'm gonna take this little no name brush. I don't know, this is old as dirt. So I am blending out that inner corner. This blue called Filter from my Venus 2 palette, and the same brush. I'm going to tap that on top. I was kind of hoping this would be more of like a sky blue. If you haven't noticed yet, the theme of this video is that nothing is working the way I had anticipated. You just gotta go with it. Roll with the punches. So I'm taking that and I'm tapping that onto my inner corner and sort of like lightly feathering up and out to blend it into the eye without covering the Dazzle shadow that I had put on. And I want to lighten that up a little bit because I wanted it more of a sky blue. So I'm going to take, we're going to take Gesso, which is just a matte white. I'm going to take the same brush and I'm just going to tap that on top. And this is a very subtle change in tone, but it is going to lighten it by a hair. I put the same Gesso shade under my brow. A little bit of black pencil in the waterline. This is just a standard black liner for MAC. It's called Ebony. I'm going to take Boot, a little bit of that bad boy again, and my 242 brush again. I am going to tap off the excess because I really don't want a lot of fallout since my skin is already done. And we're not going to overly smudge out the lower lash line this time around, because this is, while it's a smoky look, it's still relatively clean. It's not super like grungy and smudgy like my last video. And then I'm going to take just a clean blending brush. This is my Sonia Kashuk blender, and smooth that out. I'm going to deepen this up just a hair. I'm going to take a small amount of Carbon, which is a matte black shadow, on my 221, and just on that outer corner. So, mascara. This I actually just got yesterday. This is our new MAC Instacurl Lash. It comes out tomorrow. So get on that. This is pretty nifty. So this is what the wand looks like. It's like a nylon wand. And this also is a weapon, so if you have it in your purse and you get assaulted, you could just like fuck it and gouge somebody's eyes out with it. So it's a 2-in-1 product. You can turn this part, so she goes from being like flaccid to erect in a matter of 2 seconds. I'm gonna pop this on my eyes very lightly because I'm doing false lashes. I am going to do Ardell Demi Wispies because I will not and cannot be spending no $30 or whatever it is on these lashes that people are buying. No way, sister. No can do. Motherfuck! Jesus, Mary and Joseph, that was a struggle. Alright, I'm calling it. We're done here. Okay, this is Fleshpot by MAC. She's a satin finish, really light nude, so you are gonna need a liner so you don't look like a crackhead. You'll look like Tyrone Bigham, like running through the streets, scratching himself, asking people for cocaine. Soar Lip Liner. I just, I like to take the pencil about halfway up to your nose so you look like you actually have some lips. Okay. There we go. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. Please comment below with any other future videos you'd like to see. And I do have a little list going of some stuff that I want to put together for you guys, so any suggestions I can just add to the list. Thank you guys for watching so much.